Ken Sewer Service. I have an issue with this bill. I don't think Ken performed the services that we paid for.
Elaborate.
Well, I was coming back to work and they were, Ken and Rick were doing some videoing, and didn't go more than 20 feet, was it, Rick? I don't know. It wasn't very far, and that was it. And then he went on the other end and did the same thing, and he says, well, I think this is what it is, I think this is what, but we don't know. When we're videoing, I think we should know.
Can't see what he's doing.
This camera wouldn't go up them because they're full of crap.
When you can't go more than 30 feet, and you gotta go 300 feet, you know, you don't know if it's plugged or not.
He can't get up them, Rick, or?
It's plugged. I'll tell you that.
Why do you think it's plugged, Rob?
Because I got water in my basement, Rick.
It has nothing to do with being plugged.
Yes, it does. The street sewer out in front of my house, we get 2 inches of water, fills up. And it runs between the
I
houses.
know why it does it too.
Why?
I've told you why it does it, because it takes up too much area.
So what are we gonna do to fix it?
That's up to you guys to figure out, I guess.
Because when you ran water, it runs over, where does it go? Where does the one in front of me go? In front of Kerm Ryder's house.
It goes up by Janbury Tower.
Okay, and then it gets over all the way to Karma's very easily, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then it fills her basement up.
Yeah.
Then it's gotta be plugged, doesn't it? It's just full? Okay, then why doesn't the water, when it fills up in front of my house, why doesn't it come out the thing at Jan Barrett's? That's lower, why wouldn't it come out there?
Because that's already over and dated by the time it gets there, for one problem. You can only shove so much water through so big a hole.
Yeah, so you're saying mine's already, and it'll only take so much down there?
It comes start from, it does about 8-block radius right there, comes to that drain. A lot of it comes down there by Dan Rose. That comes in first, and then yours is coming in on top of that. Once that's full, it's full. It can only take so much water till it goes down. I'm not saying there isn't a problem with it having obstructions or being designed wrong, but it takes water to a certain part. The deal with Carmen Grody's has been there a long time. They used to pump it out years ago.
But why doesn't, again, I say, why doesn't it come out at Jan's then? Why doesn't it come up out of the
Because it's
hole?
got plenty of room to go there, from there on out.
So you're saying there's too small a line from under me over to there?
I believe so, yeah.
Where's that line, I mean, where's it go from?
Is that what he's trying to scope?
Could be.
Well, he said it went over to the edge of my property line and then took a straight east, like between Newsman's and my house. And he couldn't get around that corner. Because it's a 90 degree.
Who would put a 90-degree in drain?
I don't know. But it definitely doesn't go from my house all the way over and dump into, it ends up bubbling out of Newsman's driveway. You know? I mean, it's pushed the alley up, it's pushed it up in his yard, and you're saying that's too full all the way to there, but it's not to Jan Barrett's intake.
After that, it's, from Jan Barrett's on down, I think, from what I've seen, it has plenty of room to take all that water. Somewhere's in there, between there and there, it's over and dated with all the water that comes to it.
How big a tile is that goes on,
Right.
on, the street is it? Not sure.
Sure, further than that, yes, because
I mean, how big of a tile is it that comes from
Roads.
Sherwood that goes down to there by Newsman's? Does anybody know?
About 8 inches, right?
No, it's
Down
bigger
by
than that, it's
this
10.
one?
It's 10.
Well, how come he couldn't get his camera down it?
Too much debris, it won't push up over the sand in the bottom of it. He can't make the corner with it.
In a 10-inch main?
Huh?
In a 10-inch main, you
Up
could?
there, it isn't that big. From rocks. it isn't
Yeah, that's
that
what I
big.
was wondering, how big it was.
Yeah, it's
Probably
only like
an
6
eight
or
there,
an
isn't
8 in there.
No, that's why you say it's chunked full.
No, that's
Yeah,
not
you gotta
very
keep
much
feeding into
more.
the bottom of it already, and then you bring in to where he is, it just won't take the water, it just sits there and fills up. And then it, well, it's gone between your guys' houses how many times?
Yeah, it bypasses my
Yeah, one
house,
in the
between
back.
the houses, runs across and runs freely into Jan's thing. It never fills it up.
It goes really low between,
It runs down the alley and
yeah,
around the corner to Jan's intake.
and then goes in with no.
It never fills it up.
No.
It just bypasses the sewer system and goes across my yard.
I would check.
Well, that's when I get water in my basement.
That's when it happens, when you go back
We
to
need it.
Rose and Snyder, start with 10, and then the south of the block, end up with 16 down to, that way we accommodate all the water. That's what we're doing, is we're just, from what I'm understanding is this, either we don't,
So is it all right at Jan's alley, all right, the street?
Yeah, it takes the water, the problem we have from there on down, and go by Carmen, where Carmen lives, which is all known been an issue for years. Her basement's been dry. She told me, first of July, she says, I don't have any water coming in my basement, first time since I lived there. I went, cool. We run a fire hydrant up there one day, for some pump hadn't worked for 2 months. Basement come up to almost about a foot in the basement.
Why was that?
Comes in the basement wall, because that storm line.
Because it's plugged from there on down.
No,
Or it's running
plugged.
slower.
If it was plugged, it'd fill our house up.
It's running slower.
Yeah.
Well, what does it do when it rains?
Why does it do it when it rains?
Oh, I suppose they haven't had any rain.
Right.
No, we haven't had a 2-inch
It's been so
rain. It takes a
dry.
2-inch rain to do all this.
yeah.
And if we get a 2-inch rain in an hour band, it all happens.
But it seems to me there should be enough gravity flow from Jan's clear down to, because that dumps in front of the bank there, doesn't it?
It comes in right to where Doc's station corner. I crawled up in there the other day and looked up it.
How big would, tile is that?
I could crawl through it. Pretty big. I didn't measure it, but it's.
Yeah, it's gonna be 24.
24 inch. Because we need to start down at the bottom, start working back up, find out if there's issues there, if there are, take care of those and just keep working right on north end. See what we
But he
can.
can't go with his camera from the bottom up, there's a lip. Right?
Bottom.
Down there by docks, if you get in there and try to run his camera up that way,
I crawled up it.
but he told me, I thought that he can't run up there very far because there's a lip that his
I
camera.
got further crawling than he got with the camera. I crawled through the street and looked up the damn thing. And there was no lip.
That's just a push camera, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was perfectly clean when I crawled through. Other than a little low spot where the water was, there's a little bit of water in there.
Well, you know, the water's still not coming down it because we're filling Karma's basement. The water's still not flowing down it.
No,
It's
we're not
plugs.
filling Karma's basement. She gets 6, 8 inches of water in there if she don't have sump pump going.
I know, but
Because-
she shouldn't get any water in it at all if the
Exactly.
water's running down the damn
But we're
thing.
not filling her basement. The basement and the tile are evidently, her basement must be a little lower than that tile, is what I'm thinking. It's coming through the cracks in the tiles to her basement, which storm drain tiles
I think a big.
are not as steel as
Either spring or something.
So she's got groundwater, Rick. She's got,
Not now.
It's coming really
rainwater.
close.
I think the basement's right on top of that storm tile.
yeah, but like you said though, when it overflows though, it's groundwater coming up through it.
No, it's rainwater.
Well,
Some pumps
same
down the
thing.
college.
Storm drain.
My son pumped down the college bar pass around that.
You wouldn't think wood this year.
No, it's been, well,
You must have a little spring or something.
Yeah, it probably is, I don't know.
So, not to get off the subject again, but
We need to
what do
get a
we,
camera of it.
what do you wanna do with this bill, Chris? I mean, do you wanna, it's been paid, it says.
We wrote him
Well,
a
it's not
$6,000 check. So it's
And he's deducting off a $6,000 check, is what he's doing, right?
on the next page, he's
Yeah.
showing us
Well,
what's
this is
left.
his next,
Yeah.
next 6,000.
My problem is, and I've talked to Kenny, my problem is, you know, what did we get for this $500?
Nothing,
We got some guessing.
yeah.
I can do that. What we do, I don't know, but
You ask me my opinion of it, I guess for you. You picked it apart. His guess, you got paid $500 for it, I guess.
And both of your guessings don't keep the water out of my basement.
No.
You know, I want something
Or
done.
Copper or anybody else, because that's been an ongoing thing before you bought that house.
Yeah,
It ain't just because I started and Kenny started, but it was before
but it can
that.
be up to us to fix it.
I know.
Well, then give me your good
Jeff
guess.
Ryder said that they were gonna fix it when his dad built that house, and it never took place.
I don't care about the past, I care about the next rainstorm.
So where did you exactly crawl up to, from Doc's gas station across the street
Yeah,
is 24 inch? It must be at least 24 inch.
it's probably 30.
And then you look,
I didn't measure.
then you look
Why
north,
wouldn't there be plenty of room for that water?
you look north, up the
Something
same
about
size
tree
tile.
limbs, either tree limbs or something, or.
Maybe we should get a real camera in there. Have hot water.
I didn't go very far, I just went across and I could look up, you know,
And that's still 24 inch tile going up?
and it curves. It starts curving there, you know, and I couldn't see a long ways, but I could look up from across the street. The reason why I didn't want to go any further, because I didn't want to get in there and get stuck. And, you know, I had Daryl there with me, and we could hear each
So
other.
how many utilities we have in that right of way, bring it up the front of the houses?
It could be through there.
Well, if you put in a new one from that point on up, they all the way up to,
They aren't really that deep, are they?
Oh, I'd say it's 5 foot, 4 or 5 foot through there.
That'd be very deep, because Commons house is so low.
Years ago, Pittman put that one across the road. It isn't very old, you can see that. It's all asphalt, tile, cement tile. They're not the straightest in the world, you know, they kind of got a little bit of a through there, but,
That happens.
yeah. And how far he went, I don't know. He said he put it across the road to try to get rid of that problem then.
So it may reduce down quite a bit, pretty fast.
Maybe what?
So it may reduce down quite a bit pretty fast.
Yeah, past that point, if that's right, see? I
know.
don't know.
I think we should just run a decent camera up there, find out how, if there's obstruction, he can run his machine up there and get it out.
well, you'll find out what side of
We
the tile you got
Didn't
too.
we camera from like, when we found the leak by Louis, did we run the camera up there somewhere already once, somewhere?
That was
That's sanitary.
That's sanitary.
Oh, sanitary sewer, okay.
This is storm sewer.
This is storm sewer.
Next, we lined that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lined that all.
Correct.
That's right, yeah, sanitary
Let us
sewer.
see.
Yeah, I think we should have stepped into that now, so it'd take water.
No, I think we need to know what it is
Yeah.
before you start digging up.
Or how far you gotta go.
You want somebody else to do it though, Daryl, or you want Kenny to do it?
Well,
Kenny can't do it.
That's what I'm saying though, yeah.
You have to have Howell come in, and if there's an obstruction, at least he can get it out. Kenny couldn't do nothing with it anyway. He doesn't have the equipment to.
yeah, How's got the equipment that takes it out too, if there's something.
10-inch tile, or 12-inch tile.
You can't vote on it tonight. What do you want to do with this bill from Kenny then? You want to have Chris approach Kenny and say, listen, I don't think we got 520 bucks
Well,
worth of our bang, or?
thing about it, I think, is what his base rate is, his pickup up to $200 or something. Or what is that?
That's $200.
Which I think is bullshit.
$200 a call, yeah.
He don't do it to residential.
Oh.
We're the only ones that get that blessing.
That was part of the contract.
He couldn't get in one day, he went the second day and charged another $200.
I don't know why there's two camera service feeds really. On one invoice. Should be one camera service for the day, I would think.
Well, there's 2 different days.
One day, one next day.
825, 826.
He works that pretty good, didn't he?
Yeah, so he tried one end of the tile, it
Yeah.
didn't work, and then he would come back and try the other end. He tried to go down at one time and then back up at the other time.
And you got that done in one day?
I don't know, was he working with you?
Part of the time, I was doing different things, and you felt me over. I was moving a gas line over courthouse and
Well, I would guess in the future, you know, to substantiate the bill, we need to have him
City employee present.
not present the whole time, but at least instructing him.
How about we request the video?
Well, we own the video, we should have one.
Well, then, that's what we should do, that's what I'll do then.
Yeah.
I'll ask him for the video.
Yeah,
I told him that day that he should, he needs to turn the video on and, for that reason.
well, every time you get the video, I always gave us the video.
So,
You're paying for it. We wanna know what his camera is really capable of, for one. But a push camera, we might as well own it. It don't cost shit.